I was involved in a car accident, a rear-end accident. I was injured. I was hurt. I didn't know what to do. I happened to find Mr. Wesley Graylap's ad on the internet and contacted him. It was a very difficult case. A lot of the things that were said were not true in the reports. They were not true. The person denied ever hitting me. It was a lot of in detail truth-finding situation. I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. I knew I was hurt. I knew I needed help. I didn't know who to go to. And Mr. Wesley was there for me. Him and his staff were there for me. I made a call. Mr. Karate got on, on the line with me, talked to me, comforted me, gave me a lot of advice, got me in as soon as possible. It was never about the money. It was never discussed. It was never mentioned. It was, we're going to take care of you. We're going to make sure that your health comes first. We're going to make sure that everything is straightened out. All the details are going to come out. You're going to be just fine. And I never had a worry of what was going to happen to me as far as what are going to happen to my bills? How am I going to make ends meet? Where's this going to come from? How does this end? I had never been injured. I had never been hurt. I didn't know what was going to happen. When I walked through the doors of this facility, I was treated like a part of the family. He's always mentioned to me, you ever need anything, you call me. The questions I did have for Mr. Wesley Graylap were answered within an hour. If I called and said, look, I need help. I don't know what to do. What am I going to do? A lot of times in tears, not knowing what was going to happen, what was going to come out of the case, how I was going to make this work. And it was, hey, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. Everything's under control. You don't worry. You go on with your life. We're going to get you fixed up. Medical bills, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. We're going to get you into a doctor who cares about you. I never had one problem. Not one problem, not one time that I ever have to turn around and say, look, this doesn't fit me, or this doesn't work for me. Everybody here is exceptional. And this place is probably the best place I have ever had the privilege to know. Mr. Wesley Graylap is an exceptional man. I've had a lot of worries about future problems. What's going to happen in my future? How am I going to do this? What happens if later on down the road, I have this problem? Mr. Wesley was there for me. He kept in contact with me. Every 2 weeks I got a phone call from him or one of his staff saying, hey, Misty, how are things going? How are things been with you? Are you still in pain? Are you back to doing what you could do? Can you do it? How do you feel? What do you want us to do? How can we help you? Tell us what you need from us. Some of these horror accidents that you see, and then it turns out to be the attorney didn't care, or something happened, or somebody settled for less, or something happened to a person and it's just, they didn't have nobody there for them. They didn't know who to go to. You can count on Mr. Wesley Graylap. I recommended my sister-in-law to him, who was in a bad accident, and in her same case, the people tried to deny it. They tried to back out of it, and Mr. West got to the bottom of it, and she's being taken care of at the moment. And she has told me, and she's told everyone she knows, he's a good man. If you ever need anything, it's the last words out of his mouth. If you ever need anything, you call. You come up here and I'll see you. I'll do everything I can in my power to be there for you. And I truly believe it. Mr. West doesn't have a insecurity about what he does. He knows from the beginning what he's got, what he can do, and how he can help you. And that's what sets him apart from a lot of people. If I had a chance to go out in the world and say, hey, you have a problem, this is the man to go to. This is the man to know. Don't waste your time going to these other people. This man's going to take care of you. There's not a second question whether I would recommend him or not. This man is concrete in my mind. He treated me like family. It's just been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to know Mr. West. It's been a pleasure to know his staff, and everyone I have ever known has spoke very highly about Neblett Beer and Arsenault, Mr. Wesley Graylap, Matt Crotty, and his staff. And I have found it for myself to be very true and correct. If you are in need of an attorney and you need someone who's going to care about you, call Neblett Beer and Arsenault 561-2500.